Today, we are reviewing Superman. Now, I'm going to say straight off the bat, I didn't want to... It's hard to say it, but at the time, I liked the movie, but on the rewatch, I appreciated it so much more.
I loved this movie.
If that makes sense. On the initial watching, I'm like, fuck, that's a pretty good movie. On the rewatch, almost a year later, I'm looking at it going, I think this is one of the best superhero movies made.
My feelings on this movie is the same, which is up here. I watched this movie and I was like, this is incredible. It was my favorite movie of 2025. Watched it again yesterday and thought, no, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Every part of this movie is fantastic.
I watched it again and just went, the same as you, I went, this is phenomenal.
It's awesome.
This is an incredible movie. This is so well done.
Yeah, yeah. So this movie was the first movie of James Gunn's.
First movie.
Blue Beetle is technically the start of this universe, but the first movie that James Gunn sort of spearheaded on this new universe was this.
Yeah.
And he has done a phenomenal job.
Because obviously, like, Peacemaker is a part of this universe because there was the Peacemaker show.
Yes.
And then Peacemaker appeared in this movie as well.
Yes.
But this is, as you said, it's the first movie
John Cena wasn't credited for his role in this.
And he would have done it just for the fucking fun of it.
So Creature Commandos obviously was the first James Gunn project in this new DCU universe.
Yeah.
Then it was Peacemaker, and then it was this.
Yeah.
So this movie, Kirby. Do you know what this movie was about?
It was about Superman.
Oh, you nail on the head there. Yeah. Look, this movie essentially is about Superman finding like who he is, right? Discovering who he really is. And there's some revelations that happen throughout the movie that make him question who he is and who he's meant to be.
Yep.
And it's about him accepting that. But the movie's also about superheroes doing things of their own accord and the government deciding whether heroes need oversight or they can have full discretion of their own actions. In saying that, then it's allowing people to make decisions based on their own morals. So it's like, what do you do in a world that has all these super villains?
Yeah.
And you've got and the superheroes there to stop them. Who controls them? It's so similar like Civil War and all that sort of theme that's covering this.
Because the 3 points there, and it's like that is the overlying arc of the movie, and it's the overall plot. Because so at the start, it's got Superman stops the invasion of Bulgaria into whatever that other country was called. Duranpur. He stops that. It's shown off screen, but it says that he's done it, and it tops on it the whole time. Then shows the interview with Lois and Superman, where she's like, did you get authority from the president? And he's like, I acted on my own accord. And she goes, oh, so you call the shots now? And he's like, but people were going to die.
And that's what he yells. People were going to die.
Yeah. Which the way he delivers it, perfect.
Oh, awesome.
Because that's how Superman would react. Like, he's like, what do you fucking mean? I saved lives.
Yeah.
Like, how was this up for question and debate?
And this is exactly right. And this is where the society is sort of looking at it in two lights because Bravia retaliates.
Yeah.
Wasn't really Bravia, as we discover. It was, but it wasn't. But they got that retaliation and a bunch of damage happened in Metropolis. So people are like, well, should Superman have done that? Look at the people in Jaranpur were going to die, but now there's a bunch of
Metropolis citizens are dying.
Yeah, right. American citizens are dying. Now, Superman states that he wasn't representing anybody. He's representing him in his own, what he thinks.
Yeah.
So that's a big theme of the movie too, is, he's got this social image that's been tarnished because of, he's doing what he thinks is right, but it's not conforming within guidelines and regulatory oversights that the world has for these things.
Yes. And then because ultimately at the end, when it ends up getting out that, Lex was behind it all, and then like the Justice Gang, Green Lantern go and stop the invasion, that then one line at the end where it shows inside the Pentagon, it was the Rick Flag and that other character. Yes. He goes, so metahumans are calling the shots now.
Yeah. And
you're like, ooh, okay.
Because they're the ones that are meant to be in charge.
Yeah.
And now they're how do you rein in
What is he going to do? Turn around and go, stop that.
And it's a similar situation when Lex is trying to sell his Planet Watch to the government.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much saying, well, like, what... one of the guys said this, yes, there is that risk, but it's not worth trying to apprehend Superman and it failing.
Oh, yeah.
Because then if you piss him off, what are you going to do to him? He can just wipe everything out.
Because they know that he is... Because it even said it in the opening credits. So it's like 300 years ago, metahumans were here. 30 years ago, he landed on Earth. 3 years ago, he came out as this.
Superman, yeah.
3 hours ago, he was considered the most powerful metahuman on the planet.
3 minutes ago, he got his ass beat.
Yeah. And so that's the thing is, like, at that point, still the government were like, oh, how are we going to really stop him?
And so far, he hadn't done anything to upset political climates in the world. He'd just been saving people, stopping monsters, whatever it may have been, but hadn't actually upset any political delicacy around the world yet.
Yeah. Well, one part that I find really funny, and it's again upon rewatching it and kind of understanding Corn Sweat's version of this character a lot more. We'll get into it when we get into like character development, but remember how Lois is like, and what did you do? And he's like, oh, I smashed up a few tanks. And she's like, but you flew the president out into the middle of the desert or something. Yeah. And then he's like,
push him up against a cactus.
Yeah, but then you can imagine, and then where she goes, and what did you do? And he's like, I had some strong words with him. After knowing that character a lot more, you know, he'd be like, buddy, stop this.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I'm invading it. And he goes, now, I don't want to get mean here, but you're going to have to stop. And you just know it would have been the most dorky fucking... It wouldn't have been Henry Cavill's Superman where he's like, you come...
They'd be like, come on, man, just calm down, all right?
It's like, let's just be better people, man. Let's just not kill everyone, you know?
You get that from a lot of the dialogue that he has throughout the movie. And one example of that is when the kaiju attacks.
Yeah.
And Mr. Terrific blows something up in his gut, in the kaiju's guts. And Superman's looking at it and he's like, oh, come on, really? Like it's those sort of expressive. He's not stoic. He's not like, he's not a man of steel. Yeah. He has emotion and he's which is another big point of his story arc. He is human.
Well, that's what I've got written here. I was like, in just quotation marks, got to get back to the fray.
I got to get back to the fray.
What the hey?
What the hey, dude?
Good gosh.
Good gosh.
Come on, be careful.
Come on, be careful.
Just the dialogue.
Yeah. It doesn't swear.
But it's like when Crypto trashes his room, it's like, Crypto, what the hey?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, and again, like when they're like fighting the kaiju, he's like, oh, good gosh. And he's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, it's great.
Obviously, Superman is a farm boy that grew up in Smallville, which is meant to be like Kansas. Midwest.
Well, it is Kansas. It's Smallville, Kansas. Yeah.
Midwest, humble people.
Yeah. Just farmers, just living off the land.
And that's the thing is like all the stuff he says, he's like, oh, good gosh.
Yeah.
And like growing up on a farm, it's like when the kaiju comes. And I love this version of Superman because it's shown through the animated versions is even in the anime when he's fighting Doomsday, his number one priority is saving people.
I have that here.
His number one priority, Doomsday's copping him in the face, but he'll zoom off to grab someone from a falling bridge, put him into safety, and it's just... And it shows this perfectly with the kaiju fight. He does not throw hands or attack the kaiju once until he does that cannonball down from the sky. The entire thing is him flying around, blocking fire.
Well, he does
from
the cannonball
buildings.
first. But the point that drives that home is that there's a squirrel. He saves a squirrel. Well,
firstly, he saves the dog.
He saves the dog. Yeah. But the fight's happening, and he's taken his time to save a squirrel, and that relates back to before when he's saying people were going to die. He values every life, no matter what it is. Every life is worth saving. Yeah, and that is such the character of Superman. Yeah, and I loved that. Like.
To the point of he's even worried about the monster.
Yes, right? Like, we'll just knock it out and take it somewhere else and study it, he says.
Yeah, he's there going,
Mr. Terrific's
we can take it to a... He goes, and like when he watched the x-ray blow up the stomach, he's like...
Yeah, he's like, come on!
And then he says to Green Lantern, we could have euthanized it. We could have taken it to a zoo thing. And Guy Gardner's like, what are you, lame?
On that note, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner... Is I have here probably my favorite part of this fucking movie. Yeah. He does so fucking well.
Who would have thought you'd love Guy Gardner?
Oh man, and the chemistry in between the Justice Gang is phenomenal. Like the back and forth that Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner have throughout the whole
excellent,
thing is
yeah.
excellent. Mr.
Yeah.
Trivik steals the scene
movies,
in every
yeah.
scene he's in.
Yeah. Just before we jump off there,
right.
the other part is, so when they're fighting the kaiju, right, it's something I only noticed again on this rewatch, is so obviously kaiju's stomach blows up and it's falling over. Superman comes along and he catches it. He then lifts it up and he moves it and he drops it in the middle of the park. He didn't even like just drop it like this.
He goes underground.
No. This is when the kaiju dies.
Oh, right. He's holding
And holding it up and he
Yes.
puts it down on the ground. He drops it on himself.
Yeah.
He then crawls out from underneath it. He cares so much for life and respect.
Yeah.
He didn't just slam it on the ground either. It's a carcass.
And not to
He let it crush him and he crawls out from underneath
and not to compare, but you do look back at Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And at the end of Man of Steel, the destruction that's caused, this Superman wouldn't have let that happen.
No way.
This Superman would have done a lot more to try and have stopped that ultimate destruction
Yeah.
that happened.
But like, you know what I mean? He didn't just have it and go, boom, and then zoom out of the way. He let it go, boom.
Yeah.
And then, like, there's so many beautiful shots in this movie and cinematography, which we'll touch on
when
later.
we get to it, yeah.
But that scene of when the kaiju steps on something and it blows up the truck and those canisters are going for that
Yes.
girl and he whoosh behind the girl
So
and does like
That
Oh.
that is a Smallville moment, okay?
Yeah.
So there is a moment in Smallville
Yeah.
where almost there's no kaiju, but
Yeah.
a similar thing happens, and a Clark super speeds in off screen,
Yeah.
and it's slow mo, and he's covering a child, and it's
Yeah.
the same. And I thought that was a nice little touch.
It's just a beautiful shot because the cape goes.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice
Yeah.
little. This movie, it opens up with Superman had his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And he's in the Arctic, and I really enjoyed that scene. I just the colors were striking on the white
Yeah.
background. You know, he's
blue and the
bleeding
red.
and the blue and red, and you just have a white background, and he's just banging the set. I just thought that opening. That's the opening scene. And I'm like, this movie already looks
Yeah.
fucking great.
I love when he's all healed up and shit and he takes off and he's flying back to the Antarctic and you're
Yeah.
watching him like flying and
It looks good.
it looks
His
so
eyes are going like this, but that's all right.
Yeah.
You know?
but he's like looking around and then he kind of does that little smile, kind of like, you know how like the Christopher Reeve original, he's
Yeah.
like flying around and he flies out in space and then he like smiles again, he's like,
Yeah.
and then he,
Yeah.
it's similar to that, he's that little smile and takes off like,
Yeah, so that's it starts with that, and then we lead into the Hammer of Bravia. That fight happens, and he doesn't win it. It just Lex gets what he wants.
yeah.
And he fucks off.
But then like Hammer Baravia nails him into the floor and you watch like he slams in the ground and all the citizens run over and try and help him and that one Indian street vendor
Yeah.
goes down and goes, Superman, helps him
Yeah.
up and he's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
But then you can see also in that same scene, they're starting to doubt him. Like what have you done? Like this
Yeah.
is the Hammer of Bravia, and he was saying, "Oh, Superman attacked us, so this is retaliation."
Yeah,
so
yeah.
even though while old mate was helping him, still you hear comments of people saying, "Oh, what's he done? Why is he doing this?" You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
just leave it alone. And that was sort of planting those seeds for the further doubts that
Yeah.
from the twist we get later, that really just makes it go like
Yeah.
adds flame to the inferno.
of course,
sort of
yeah.
thing.
The question that you originally posed to me when you were like, take notes, you were like, who did well? Who acted well? Who played their role well?
Everybody.
All of them.
Everybody.
But the women and the children too.
All of them.
There's no faults.
Every single
There's no fault
person
here.
nailed their role.
Right.
Jimmy Olsen is a fucking standout.
Okay. I have one note for Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Just as Chad.
Chad.
He's just a Chad.
Mega Chad.
Like he's mega. We don't see Jimmy Olsen do any news reporting, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or photography, because he's a photographer. We
Yeah.
don't see him get out of camera once.
The only thing you see him do is just slay.
Yeah.
Like, and even to the point where he's walking to meet that chick, all the like the prostitutes are like, hey,
Yeah, hey,
handsome,"
baby,
and, everything, and he's
yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
just aura farming.
Yeah, it was a great addition to this show.
Yeah.
But look, I can't put it past David as doing
Superman.
a phenomenal
Clark and
job
Superman.
as this. All right, so the character of Superman, what I picked up from this is that he's very prideful in being a good person.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
The opening scene after the Hammer of Bravia, when Clark's back at the Daily Planet, and he's interviewed himself, right? And he's like, oh, yeah, interview, Superman interview.
He's such a dork.
And Lois
eh?
is like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Superman let you interview him. And then Jimmy's saying some stuff about, negative stuff about Superman. And Clark sort of gets worked up about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? Like he's defensive about his actions.
Yeah.
Which we don't really see because Superman, and this is a young Superman, but Superman's usually pretty sure of himself. He doesn't care what other people say.
Yeah.
And we see later as well with the comments online and the super shit and all the rest of it. This stuff that affects him.
Super shit.
All he wants to do is be accepted and do good and save people. But especially with how the world is and technology and all that, it's become so much harder.
Yeah. Yeah.
To not have backlash or to not have a bad point of view of something you've done of your actions.
Yeah.
So I thought that was. I like that. I liked
Yeah.
how, especially in the scene where Lois interviews him, the performative shift that David has.
Oh.
Like he's
Sorry, quickly before we get there.
Yeah.
When you talked about him walking into the Daily Planet, fun fact, a little bit of trivia. So Corn Sweat is like 6'2" or 6'1", I think.
Yeah.
James Gunn went and hired extras under around 5 feet. Did you know that one?
No, I didn't, but that makes sense.
So you know the scene where he's like out the front and he's scrapping and he's
yeah.
walking into the Daily. Excuse me.
Everyone's just super short.
All the people that James Gunn hired were under like 5'5" or something.
to make him
5'5"
look-
and under to make him
appear
look
so much larger.
Yeah, which I think is one of those because he's standing out in the crowd and you're
Yeah.
like, but he looks so goofy with the tie half
And the hair,
undone
the curls,
yeah,
all
all everywhere. And I was, again, one of those little trivia details that adds so much
Yeah.
weight to it.
But I
So-
enjoyed, that interview scene where he's Clark and then he...
Miss Lane.
Miss Lane. He sits up and the voice just changes just enough and he sort of whatever.
Yeah, but like they're standing in the kitchen and then she goes like, oh, you'd let me interview? He's like, sure.
Yeah.
And then he sits down and he goes, Miss Lane.
Yeah, and she goes, "This
Right.
is a bad idea." He goes, "Why? This is," and it was a bad idea.
It was a bad
He
idea.
gets very defensive about a lot of things that happen here. She starts not attacking him, but having real
Political
concerns,
go at him.
yeah, but real concerns here, right? About what he's doing and whatnot. And he's just like, "I was saving people. That's
Yeah.
all that matters." At the
Yeah.
end of the day, he doesn't give a fuck about the governments or anything. He's there to make sure people do not die. And he
People were gonna die.
he sort of cracks it at the end there because Lois, and this part I had about Lois is that she seems to have a struggle separating, which is her character, her career, a professional self from her personal self.
Yes.
And she's so she knows what Clark is doing is well intended.
Yeah.
And
she knows he's got no ill intent. Yeah.
right, but the reporter of her is questioning everything as she does.
Because it's the same thing as we said. At that point of the movie, nobody knows that the Hammer of Bavaria is a Superman clone created by Lex to kill Superman.
Yeah.
She's looking and having the same doubts as everyone going, was that a great idea?
Precisely, right?
Yeah.
But I think with Lois's character, we get, she values the systems that are in place.
Yes.
She's grown up in this society and community. Clark isn't from here, so his powers are so much more. But she's in the system. She's a human. She's in the system, and bureaucracy and democracy have to, for a human, and for that have to be put first.
Abided.
Right? Yeah. Right. And value that legal system. And if unfortunately people die in the meantime, which is what we see to today's world.
Yeah.
Like while they're negotiating a treaty or whatever,
Yeah.
people are going to die.
People
But
are dying, yeah.
Clark is like, well, people shouldn't die.
And being brought up in the country in the Kansas, you can just imagine that this version of Mark and Pa Kent, they're very simplistic people.
Yes.
Like, because when it shows them on the phone, they're like, we just saw you in the article.
Yeah.
We're so proud of you.
Or,
and like, they're very simple
When
people.
Clark's there, she's like, there's something on the box for you. Like, you know, like the
Yeah.
TV.
And so you can just imagine the upbringing that he had was very much like, well, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yep.
You have these incredible powers, and when you can help someone, you should.
Yes.
Because that's the lifestyle of that country folk.
If you can do good, then you need to do it.
And
Yeah.
he's like, well, I've got the power to save lives, so why would I not do it?
Yes. Another thing on Lois, just to tie up what I have here, is that she's in constant doubt of comparing herself to Superman, as you would be.
Yeah.
Someone who's so good.
Yeah.
All he wants to do is do good and has no ill intent. And she's just a human in the sense of like, she can't live up to that expectation that and not he puts it on her, but if you're with someone who's essentially a god, how do you live up to that? How do you you don't want to disappoint that person because they are so much better than you in a sense, right? Like not that they are, but that's how she feels. So
But
which is why she says she was going to break up with him.
Yeah.
At one point.
But she even started to realize that she was like, she even said to him, she's like, you tend to see the good in everyone, regardless.
Yeah.
And like, he does.
So you see everyone as beautiful or something.
Yeah,
he says,
believes in the salvation.
Yeah.
So, moving on, you've got Superman. Let's just say you've got the scale. Got Clark's Superman over here on the left. That goes, if you've got the power and the right to do good, you should do selfless good. Blah blah blah. You've then got Lois in the middle that's kind of doubting it and if you can, if you can't. All the way down here, we have Lex.
Oh, Lex. I love Lex.
Nick Holt as Lex.
I love Lex. I have a
So just for context, I do want to talk about this here.
Yep.
Right? I had in my note. I'm going to pull it up just because I wrote it down so I could make sure. So I was never really a Superman fanboy. I was only really indoctrinated into this movie, or like I only really started liking Superman because of this movie.
Yep.
Like I liked Superman because he was like cool, and just solely because it was Henry Cavill. And whenever I watched the animated movies or the animated TV shows, I was always enjoying other characters, and like Superman's just this OP guy that's kind of just there. It can Superman. This is what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
So it's like I was always kind of like, yeah, Superman's kind of cool, and like I kind of always like, oh, he's a good guy. He always does what's right, and I never really started loving him until this. Whereas you grew up with Smallville.
Yeah.
So you've always loved him.
Yes.
And it's like, so with things like with Lex and with Superman and with Clark, it's always like, I was kind of always like, oh yeah, like it's a cool rivalry. And it wasn't really until this movie when you look at the juxtaposition of both of them that you're like, this is so beautifully done.
Yeah.
And like Lex is just, and again, I don't really know, you might have a different opinion, whereas like, I can't really say what is I say, Nick Holt is the best Lex Luthor ever, because I haven't really seen much other adaptations where you've watched every, like Smallville, you've watched the Lois and Clark, you've watched it all, and you know what I mean?
I think he does phenomenal at this. This is truly Lex Luthor. One of my first notes is here is I like that Lex is just bad guy straight off rip.
Spiteful.
He's bad. He's a bad guy straight off the rip. Like we open at that. It's not a delayed find out about him controlling the Hammer of Bravia. You know, we don't. It's not
literally. Superman's back. He's like, he's back.
Yeah, and he's like, you know, he's already command. You find out straight away.
8C.
Yeah. Lex is a bad guy.
Yeah.
And he hates Superman, and we get that from the get go. And there's none of this. Oh, maybe he's good. Maybe he's doing this for the great. No, he just fucking hates the guy.
Yes.
He just hates him, and that's why. And he's willing to destroy the Earth just because he hates Superman.
Yeah.
And that is Lex Luthor. And that is. I love that, because we're gonna take it back to previous incarnations of Lex Luthor. We got the Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor in Smallville, and he's really, really good at it. But where it's different is that it was showing their relationship before Superman.
He wasn't Superman in Smallville.
He wasn't Superman in Smallville, and they met much earlier. And that whole relation, that's a whole nother episode. But that is incredible. But Nicholas Hoult does a fucking awesome job in just being. What do I have here? He's menacing, and he's smart, and he's tactical. Yeah. He knows what he's doing. Like, he's going, when they enter the Fortress of Solitude to steal the message, he's just walking through, like, this blades came by.
The bot launches at him, and the blade he doesn't even blink.
He takes his glasses off, walks through, just aura farming like fucking no tomorrow. But yeah, he just hates Clark, and that is
Superman.
Superman,
yeah.
and that is just what it is.
Because the other part is like, as you said, where he's so intelligent, and it's like obviously this entire movie, the conflict in Baravia and like the Hammer of Baravia or whatever,
it was all set up.
And it's like he said at the end, he goes, I didn't craft this to have part of, because he got part of the country when it got taken over to make Lexonia or something. He's like, I didn't do this to gain the country. I did all of this as an excuse to take you down.
Yeah. Like, insane.
Everything was done.
Even to the point where in his pocket dimension, he set up a rage bait farm full of monkeys just to spread hate about and Superman's like, super shit. Like,
when he's dying from kryptonite, he's like, super shit.
Yeah.
Hashtag super shit.
It's all Lex.
I love that even, like when he's trying to sell his gang of fucking
Planet Watch, yep.
Planet Watch to the guys. He goes, one of the guys said, but Superman's trending online. He goes, not from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Knowing he's got an army of monkeys controlling it.
But and following off on the imprisonment scene, so ultimately Lex finds Clark's message, Jor-El's message, and fixes the rest of it, saying Superman's there to be a king and rule over them or whatever.
Yeah.
Ultimately, Superman hands himself in, and the government has...
Which ties in, Lex would be like, fucking brilliant.
Yeah. This
goes,
worked way better
this worked way better than what I thought.
Yeah. So the government commissions Lex to hold Superman in his pocket dimension.
Yeah.
So when Superman's... This is back on Lex. It just shows how truly evil Lex is when he has that... his name's
The
Marley.
Indian street vendor.
Yeah, the street vendor. And he's playing Russian roulette, and it's one and two bang kills him. He's like... Oh, that happened quicker than I thought. I'll be back with someone else you've spoken to. And he just...
I might go get that reporter.
Yeah, no remorse. Just shoots him in the head, right? And that to me just shows Lex doesn't have any sort of sympathy or empathy. He's a true psychopath, you know? Like, he just wants Superman to suffer.
Even when he's tearing the fucking planet apart and all of his little executives are like, this is going to destroy the Earth. And he goes, but it will bring me Superman.
Yeah.
And then he's there saying like, we can fix it once he's dead. And it's like, oh my God. He does not give a fuck.
Yeah, he goes, oh, we'll do it when I get to a city I care about. Or something like that. When it gets closer
when it gets to somewhere I care about. Like,
I also liked one highlight scene for me, and this is everyone knows this scene, when Lex has stolen Crypto and Superman's burst through his door. And he's thrown the desk.
Where's the dog?
And he's picked up. He's like, where's the dog? He goes,
where's the dog? The desk, and he picks up the coffee cup, and you just watch him snag it right before he flips the desk.
And then he goes, where's the dog? Where's the dog? He goes, what dog? Ugly dog in a cape.
Ugly dog in a cape.
And Superman's like, you hear that?
But again, it's the intelligence of Lex. He knew it was filming, so he waited till the coffee cup was covering his mouth, so the camera over there couldn't see the ugly dog in a coat, so no one could.
And it's just pushing those buttons.
But said it so quietly, knowing he's got superhero
and what's Superman gonna do? Punch him? He's on camera.
Rage bait.
It's a rage bait, man. It was so good. So let's move in.
Ugly dog with a creep.
Clark's been captured. Lois is trying to find him, and we get she goes to the Justice Gang or whatever, where we get some of the best scenes. We've got Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific just lounging around.
When fucking Guy Gardner's like, he was saying something like, and she's like, we need to find Superman. And
How do you know Superman?
How do you know Superman? And he's like, because we're like dating. He goes, so you know he's Clark Kent?
He's just like, why does he tell everyone? This part confirmed. He goes, so you know about the hypno glasses?
Yeah,
it confirms the hypno glasses is used.
So you know he's Clark Kent?
Yeah, I like that. And then Mr. T is helping Lois, and he pretty much says, if it's going to piss off Guy Gardner, I'll help you.
But I love the part how when Guy's like, as part of my oath, and they're like, the fucking oath again.
Anything you don't want to do is part of your oath. I thought that was funny.
But then when Lois leaving, and she's like, that haircut should be against your oath. And he's like, what?
Yeah. I like how...
What is that about my haircut?
When Clark's about to hand himself over, and he goes, I've got to go save the crypto or something like that. And she goes, it's just a dog. And he goes, it's not even a good dog. It's not even a good dog.
I wrote it down. It's in my notes exactly what he said because I was in tears. It's like, she goes, it's just a dog. And he goes, yeah, it's not even a very good one.
It's a dog.
Yeah, and he's not even a very good one. But
yeah. So Mr. T helps Lois find Superman. So he's put nanites in his blood. Yeah. And he goes, yeah, I'll do it to everyone. And Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl are like, what? And they fly off in his ship and they get to the beach scene where the portal is. I think this is an awesome scene.
Yeah. It's such a James Gunn fight scene.
It's such a Guardians of the Galaxy reminiscent, sort of thing. Lois is in the bubble and Mr. Trivix is just, the music's playing. He takes everyone out.
He's just serving ass, eh?
It's so good.
I love He's just walking, and he's like, "Here's a Superman truck," and all the Death Watch like, "You need to get out of here, buddy." He's just not even listening to him, and he's just walking.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Final warning." No, that's what I was going to say to you. And then and the bubble. Like,
the T-spheres, the circles. Someone called them circles. He goes, "They're
Lois did-
spheres. They're three-dimensional."
Yeah. Lois is like, "Oh, what are those circles?" He goes, T-spheres.
I like the addition of Element Man and how they used him for the kryptonite.
Metamorph, or
He's called Element Man.
In this, they call him Element Man. Metamorph,
whatever he is. I like the kryptonite. They used that, and then I like how he decided to help.
I can't make a son, but I'll just make one.
Yeah, but I'll make something close enough and just fucking whatever.
He saves a baby, saves Crypto. He's in the river, like, and then I love how when like Mr. Terrific sees him, and then he's like, Superman, a dog, a baby, and a squid man.
First he goes, hot damn, it's a flying dog.
Hot damn.
What?
It's a flying dog.
He's like, hot damn.
And then when Crypto looks at it, he's like, uh-oh.
And then he chases his fucking spears. That was cool. So they get out and whatnot.
Uh-oh.
And essentially the end of Act 2 there is when Lois takes him back to the Kents too.
Yeah.
To recover and all.
This episode is brought to you by Greedy Bear Modern Mead, the alcoholic sparkling mead that is made from 100% Australian Aussie honey. If you want to feel like a true Viking or knight, head over to the Greedy Bear website and get your own mead today.
Link in our bio.
All right.
I just had to try that one. That one is my favorite
Yeah.
so far. There's also another flavor we haven't tried yet, but out of the two, I like that one.
I like the original better, which is good. It's
That
good to
one's-
have diversity.
It is. That one's sweeter in a different way. It's not so honey rich, I would say, but you get the freshness of the berries.
Yeah.
On the end of those sort of notes, but
Crazy, right? Mixed berry. You get
How
the
about
better.
that?
Funny that, eh? I message you. It's now my fucking screensaver. I was like, I don't know what it is. It's as I said, I never really had a connection to Superman. I never really liked him too much. But after this movie, I've just fallen in love with him.
Yeah.
And that shot of that building that falls over and he catches the building like this.
Yeah.
And you see he's not just holding it up like this. He's like making himself as wide as possible to get surface area to stop the building collapse. And that woman drives off and then it crashes. And then the score plays and he just
the Superman
emerges from the
score
dust
plays,
with the cloak. And it's like, I fucking grin like an idiot
it's
every
awesome
time
scene.
that scene comes.
So
I was like,
before that happens,
beautiful.
I like so Act 3 opens up with Clark waking up in his bed. Crypto's on his chest.
It's so cute. Eh?
we get some Pa, Kent, and Clark conversing there, and there's a lot of nice shots, especially sort of they have a hugging scene, and there's a shot from behind. The sun's. I really liked just the shots and the cinematography
Out on the farm,
of those sort of things. And then Clark's feeling down on himself, and he's like, I was sent here to do this, I was sent here to do that, and the Kents obviously have some uplifting words, but what really gets him going is Mark Kent goes, look on the TV, and he sees the citizens of Jaranpur rallying against Bravia. Like they're going to fight, and they have the Superman flag.
Man.
The kid has the flag there, and that's like it gives him that extra bit of this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm doing. And that sets him off on let's go get this. Let's go do this.
Yeah. And it's so beautiful because it's like he spent the whole time doing that internal battle of like, is this the right thing? Should I listen to everyone? Should I do the thing? But then seeing those people begging for help, he's like, no doubt.
This is what I'm for.
This is what I'm here for.
Yeah. But then obviously,
Sorry to say after that, even after all of the propaganda that Lex was putting out and putting that video everywhere, the citizens of that country still recognize him. No, he helped us.
Yeah. They knew the truth.
Yeah.
So but then obviously he can't go there because Mr. Terrific's like, I need your help.
Metropolis is
can you hurry the fuck up because I need your help.
Yeah.
So then we get that scene where the building's collapsing. You get the scene you were talking about.
I love that scene, man.
He's on all fours and he lifts that, everything collapses and he just out of the ashes. He just rises,
smoke.
And she's looking back, and then you get the original Superman theme playing as he's fucking coming out of that ash there.
But I love the thing of, even though he was aura farming, rising out, it was, at the end of the day, it was him checking to see that she got out okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't drop it
off.
and then fly off. He rose out and kind of like,
making sure
sweet.
she's safe. Yeah,
he made sure she was safe.
Back to exactly who he is, exactly his character.
Yeah, I love it.
I have a note
He turns
here.
to Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
And when he goes, I got to find Crypto. You brought that dog, man!
yeah.
Brought that dog, man.
And then Superman...
I don't want him to kill my parents' cows.
Yeah, and just the way he goes, I didn't want him to kill my parents' cows.
Didn't want him killing my parents' cows.
I have a note here. It says Lex's office is a fucking spaceship.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Just drops from the building.
Everyone's like, we got to get out of here. He's like, no, just calm down. Button. It's now a spaceship.
Yeah, like
cool, Lex. No worries.
Of course it is, Lex. Yep.
So it ends up here with a fight, as it always do. We get the fight between the Engineer, Ultraman, and Superman, where he's been suffocated by the nanites.
Yeah.
I thought the Engineer was a great character.
She was cool.
She was cool. Obviously, didn't have a massive role, but she was an ex-Special Forces who Lex had operated on, so she got his powers. Ultraman, I think, was done really well.
Yeah.
He's sort of an amalgamation of a bunch of different things from the comics.
Yeah.
Like a clone of Superman, a Bizarro sort of clone, and Ultraman sort of in one.
Because ultimately, Ultraman is Superman from another universe.
Yes. Yeah, the crime syndicate.
He's like a bad guy Superman, but then he's not like
the intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't
But
speak.
then he's almost like a Doomsday.
Well, that's what I think
sort of,
Bizarro sort
like
of
Bizarro
almost,
clone thing. Yeah. I reckon he will come back in later renditions because he went into a black hole.
So he beats the Engineer by dropping from the atmosphere.
I think really clever.
That was cool because Lex is like, he's the only one protected.
He's the only one protected,
Unsheath, and she couldn't get out of him in time.
Yeah.
And they just hit the ground and go through like 3 layers of subways. And she was still alive, but just fucked up.
Yeah.
And he gets up and he's spewing the nanites. Yeah,
It's cool. It's really cool.
really cool. Then we get the Ultraman reveal of him being a clone.
Yeah, rips the mask
I
off.
think David plays a really good job at playing both. Like, you can see there's nothing in his eyes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. And then they had a big fucking battle. And
One part that, and like, I saw a lot of people complaining, being like, why wouldn't it's like Lex made a clone and still didn't know his secret identity. And I'm like, but Lex, there isn't a secret identity.
Yeah, Lex doesn't care about Clark Kent.
But he doesn't, well, not even he doesn't care about Clark Kent. He doesn't look at the clone and go, fuck, that's Clark Kent.
Oh, yeah.
He just looks at it and goes, that's what Superman looks like. He doesn't know that he has a secret identity. He doesn't know that he was raised in... Yeah, it's the hypno glasses.
The hypno glasses, obviously.
But you know what I mean? Like, Lex
Yeah.
doesn't know that he was raised in Smallville.
Yeah.
Lex doesn't know that he's trying to hide a secret identity. He just thinks that Superman is Superman.
Yeah.
He just roams around doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Exactly
He
right.
doesn't know.
He
that-
thinks that being a man is beneath him. Like, if he was Superman, having a secret identity and pretending to be human would be beneath him.
Yes.
So he doesn't expect Superman to do it.
No.
Yeah.
He thinks that he's just roaming around Superman and that's
Yeah.
just what he looks like and he does
Yeah.
whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't know that he's got that humane side where he was raised by the Kents and
Yes,
whatnot.
correct.
So
yeah, we got the fight with the Ultraman proceeding after that. We go
Yeah.
1A, 1A, 1A,
Yeah.
1A. That was
Yeah.
really good. We get he lasers Clark's eyes.
Yeah,
that
he
was
burns his
That
eyes.
was hectic. I like
Yeah.
that scene. And then Crypto helps.
Well, the thing, and again, like, watching the first time, I was kind of like, oh, that's pretty clever. He just figures out that like the little robots are watching him. But on the second watch, I went, it's because
Lex starts speaking.
Lex never turned the speaker off that's in
he
his
starts
chest.
speaking to Clark.
That's what I'm saying. He's
Yeah.
talking to Clark going, I will ruin you. I will ruin you. 1A!
Yeah.
1A!
Yeah.
1A!
She's
And
like,
he's
oh.
going, every time he says 1A, I
He's
get
punching me
fucking
in the
punched
face.
in the
Yeah,
head. And he's like, okay. Whereas, like, you know, the first time I didn't pick that up. I just thought he looks around, sees these drones and goes, oh, he must be telling what to do. But he just never turned the speaker off because Lex got so
cocky.
arrogant and
Yeah.
so cocky, he forgot.
Yeah, I like. I think, mate, did you send it to me? I don't know, but a sort of thing saying that, 1A, the move 1A, the very first move Lex would have inputted is a right hook to Clark's face. Yeah. So the very first move that he ever wanted to use,
Because you can't get any earlier than 1A.
was just punch him in the face. I thought I liked that.
Yeah, where you've got like, he'll be like 8C and it's a catch and a counter and a
but
slam.
1A is just punch in the face. And then Crypto, with some assists from Crypto, he beats Ultraman there.
I love when he whistles and it just cuts to him in a toy store, like
Yeah,
playing with all the
he's like,
toys,
"Ooh,
and he's like, ooh, yeah.
And then the Raptors show up. I liked him fighting just a regular military guy,
Kill
Lexus
him.
guys.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, he does,
Kill him! Good luck with that.
he does the spin with the laser eyes. I think it's really good. We get some slow-mo of people's teeth being knocked out and stuff.
Yeah.
I like that.
But
whole
you can
scene.
tell it was a so underpowered laser eye, just enough to cut through their
to knock him
armor.
away. Yeah. And then we get the
Or when
feats.
when they're all on top of him and he spins and he comes out and it's like,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's got
such
the
a
chest.
It's such a cool scene.
And then
man.
it's the chest and it zooms out and then you watch the laser eyes go power up
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, it's so beautiful.
So he beats Ultraman. He snaps his arm or something like that and throws him in. Oh no,
in front of the bus.
He's been in front of the bus, and the bus takes him.
He's like this, and then he just turns and throws him in
Yeah.
front of the bus, which then goes into the black hole.
Yeah.
Which I reckon down the line, when they get into like the multiverse things, where it's like, you know, you got Ultraman and you got Night Owl and you've got Amazon or whatever the fuck the Wonder Woman's called.
Yep.
It'll be that one.
Yeah,
I reckon.
People had a lot of thoughts about maybe he'll be a Bizarro, maybe he'll become back as Doomsday, blah, 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 blah. I think he will become Ultraman of the Crime Syndicate.
Yes.
I don't, because
He'll go in the black hole and get spat out in another universe somewhere.
only because in the Superman and Lois show, the way they did Doomsday was Bizarro, and they experimented on him and turned him into Doomsday.
They're not going to follow
They're
it.
not going to follow that anymore. So I do believe it'll be a Owlman, Ultraman, whatever it is.
Yeah, because you've got to also presume that this clone was stupid because he was born like 4 hours ago. You've got to think he doesn't.
Well, Lex says that he like all cloning, it's not perfect. He's stupid. Like, it was just a part of the cloning effect that he was just stupid. But yeah, you're right.
You've also got to think
he
that
wasn't
thing
educated.
That thing could he could only literally be like a week old.
Yeah, yeah.
And he doesn't know how to speak. He doesn't know. And
So
by
that'll come.
landing
That'll come later.
Yeah, by landing in another universe and kind of being like, and he eventually learns language and
And being
learns to-
Kryptonian, he's going to absorb knowledge faster. He's going to learn things faster. Just the hell
and then
he
I
is.
reckon he'll come back as the leader of the crime syndicate at some point.
Yeah,
So-
or not the leader. Owlman will be the
Owlman
leader, but Owlman will train him up to be a weapon for the crime syndicate, essentially.
which will be a few years away. But I
So
reckon.
after they throw him in the black hole, I have a note here. It says a lot of humor, which is because he's laying there,
Yeah,
and Mr. Terrific's like, hurry up! I need your help up here. He goes,
Yeah.
I'm doing important things.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
He's like,
broken
he
arm.
cracks his shoulder back into place. It's like, fuck.
doing important
Yeah,
things.
he's like, stop fucking around. Like, it's like, I'm doing important things down here.
It was funny, yeah.
And then he confronts Lex. He comes through the glass.
I love that when Lex sees him walking towards a police, sees him and starts to run and then
Yeah, I like Mr. Terrific comes in and he's going to he's going to shut down the portal.
hanging onto crypto.
Yeah,
It's
but
so funny.
yeah.
He's like, it's shots and he's like hanging onto crypto. It's so
And he gets
funny.
up and he walks over to the terminal and old mate's like, I can help. And he gets him in the face and goes, I'm the goddamn Mr. Terrific.
I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific.
I don't need your help, man.
I don't need your help. I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific.
And then we get the greatest speech in this, which there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff of Clark saying he's human, he feels, it's emotional, etc., etc.
But that is being human.
And it's he
That's
goes,
what makes me human.
What makes me human? And then Crypto attacks Lexus, flings him around. He's like, Crypto, no, stop, bad dog.
And Lex is like, it's smashed into terminals and
it's
shit.
great.
Like, oh, it's so
Look,
funny.
it ends. Lex is arrested. War stopped.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Superman again. Lois gets a big kiss.
The part we didn't talk about is the Bavarian when like the little kid's like on the flag and he's like Superman.
Oh, yes.
Superman.
Yeah.
And he's like praying. He's like Superman. And before that, it showed Guy Gardner sitting like a cafe just watching it. And
Yeah.
you kind of see him go,
Yeah.
right. And,
And all those soldiers are. Yeah, I forgot about this.
that
part.
one dude goes to shoot a kid.
Yeah, and then the box shows up, and he's like, "Super." He goes, "Not quite, but it's all you got." Or something,
Yeah.
whatever he says about.
You got the upgrade or
Yeah.
something.
Sorry, kid. Superman couldn't make it. So you got an upgrade.
And the guy just go like this, and the fucking
fingers that
fingers
come out of the
flip in
ground.
the tank.
And then you got Isabella Mercedes Hawkgirl. She grabs the press. She's flying down the hall, screeching. Picks him up, and she goes, "You won't." He goes, "You won't kill me. You're all the same." And she goes,
You're all like Superman.
drops.
You're all like Superman. I'm not like
Yeah,
Superman.
just drops him.
Oh, it was gold.
So that's pretty much the end.
And then when they're like walking through, and then when she says something like, "Oh, you should join us," and he goes, "This mug," and he goes, "That ugly mug? No way. He's not good enough for the Justice Gang." And he's
Like, I
like,
love that
Justice
name.
Gang. I love that name. And he's like,
You're in. Yeah,
"You're in."
Yeah.
Because earlier in the movie, it was like he loved it, and the other
Yeah,
two
they're
were
like,
like,
wait, yeah,
no. And then he goes, it's a stalemate vote or something.
Yeah,
And by having him there, it weighs over his vote. Where he's like, nah, we're called that now.
Yeah.
And he's like, but the look Nathan Fallon gave, where he's like,
Yeah,
You're in.
Yeah, you're in. He's great. I can't wait to see him in Lanterns.
I know, which is going to be amazing because obviously, given the lore of it, it's like Guy Gardner's hated by the Lantern Corps.
Yes.
So it's going to be so good to see those other two interacting with him. So I've got here like,
yeah. So we'll just finish up the movie here. Kara shows up at the end. We get Millie Alcock at her, and she takes Crypto off. And because she likes drinking on planets with red suns, so she gets drunk.
Yep.
What the hell, dude? Why did you move the door?
I didn't move the door.
Hey, where is my dog?
which is it shows like, because the whole movie when he's like, it showed that he fucking hates Crypto. Like, he hates that dog.
Lois goes, I didn't know you had a dog. He's like, oh, it's more of a foster situation.
Yeah, it shows he does not like the dog.
Yeah,
and at the end it
shit
goes,
out of him. Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
That's why. It's because Kara's dog. He's just looking after it. And that's why he went to so much to get it back. Because it was his cousin's dog. As I previously mentioned, it's like I was never really into this Superman thing, but Corn Sweat Superman is now one of my top 3 superhero characters of all time.
Okay. What's the other 2?
So not just like, it's not just, oh, he's really cool, or like, oh, I like Superman. Specifically, David Corn Sweat Superman is my top 3 superheroes of all time now.
Yeah, I fuck
Other
with
2?
that.
Chris Evans, Captain America.
Yep.
And Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man.
Okay, that's good 3. That's a good list.
They all wear blue and red. Coincidence? Don't know.
Yeah, how about that?
But anyway, so as I, like the notes, and I'm just going to read it straight off the notes because it comes across the way that I want it to. There's others I like RDJ or Hemsworth as Iron Man or Thor, but none give me the feeling like these 3 have.
Yep.
They're fucking peak superheroes and are the epitome of the word hero.
Yep.
With super.
Yep.
So they're not just like RDJ goes around, oh yeah, I'll just save the day because it's what's good. It's like those 3 that I've mentioned.
They embody those.
The Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, the Chris Evans Captain America, and the Corn Sweat Superman will stand against the entire fucking world if it means doing something that is right.
Doing the right thing, yeah.
And that's the part that I'm like, to me, that's the hero.
Yeah.
And it's, when I watch that movie now, it's the same as what I get when I watch like The Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, or any of the Cap movies or the Avengers movies. It gives you that homely, warm feeling watching them.
Makes you feel good when you're done.
Yeah, going, this is what the hero should be.
Yeah.
So through and through, no matter what happens, whether they've got their powers or not, they will still stand up for what is right and do
the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Yeah.
And I just think it's probably, I love him. Like I love him now in the role of Superman.
Yeah, he's great. I love it.
It's
I'm
beautiful
happy that he got the role.
Yeah, absolutely. And then my other notes I had here, cinematography was just beautiful all around, which we like.
Scenes.
A lot of complaints I got when the movie first came out, but I now really enjoy it, is that they're like, this Superman's weak as shit. He's not OP. He's not a Man of Steel. And I'm like, well, he's not meant to be. Henry Cavill was all capitals, super, lowercase man.
But he is, though.
This one was lowercase super, uppercase man.
But he's just fighting people that is on his level.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Like, he stopped the war. He is that godly figure. It's just now there's other things out there that are, there's no one in Cavill's world besides Zod and the other Kryptonians that are on the same level as him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in this world, it's more grounded. And these sort of threats, like we find out, he's already met Lobo.
Yeah,
right.
As Jason Momoa has said.
Right?
Yeah,
we've already met. He's already experienced these things. This isn't a world where there's one Superman. There's a world where Superman exists, but so do all these other fucking things.
Yeah, because it's like the super mutants have been around for 300 years.
Yeah.
So, and then finally, I want to touch on James Gunn.
Okay.
James Gunn.
The GOAT.
Man, he just fucking knows what he's doing,
Yeah. Yeah.
And one thing I'll say about James Gunn is he is probably the only director out there that can nail a multi-character original story.
Yeah. Look at Guardians.
At Guardians of the Galaxy. The first Guardians of the Galaxy introduced five heroes and then all the villains.
That a lot of people didn't know, mind you.
Yes.
Like, they're 5 heroes that, they're in the comic books. The Guardians in the comics also isn't that exact iteration. There's a couple of different iterations of the Guardians. But he's just taken these 5 ragtag, which is the whole point of the movie.
Yeah.
But taken these unknown characters and not unknown actors, because a lot of them were well known at the time. But
semi.
like Chris Pratt had done things. Vin Diesel.
But Vin Diesel and Bradley Cooper weren't seen.
No, they were just voice actors, right?
Yeah.
So you had Chris Pratt, you had
Batista,
Zoe Saldana, and Batista.
Yeah.
They, Zoe done
They were
Avatar
known,
in the
but
past.
they're not huge celebrities. Yeah.
Chris Pratt was on Parks and Rec, but Dave Bautista's a wrestler. Sure, everyone knows people, but now everyone loves these people for their portrayals of these characters.
Yeah.
Again, no one knew who Gamora was.
No.
Like, you did if you were a nerd, but like...
People knew Groot was a
Star-Lord,
tree, but no one knew these characters.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. So I've got it in here, right? So because Guardians of the Galaxy, he did it amazingly. The Scooby-Doo movies.
Yes.
Same thing.
Filmed
Big-
locally.
Big multicast.
Yeah.
Like 5 or 6,
Yeah.
7, 8 characters.
Yep.
So because he's so good at it, this is the list of the characters that we have seen on screen in this movie that got the love and the character development. Superman, Clark, Lois Lane, Lex, Crypto, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, Metamorph, whatever, Jimmy Olsen, Rick Flag, the 5 CIA agents, the 5 Daily Planet people, all the other ones that were
Kat
in there.
and
Yeah,
Perry
Kat.
White and the rest of
Yeah,
it.
all of them.
Steve.
Yeah. The Borrelia.
Speaking of Steve, I like how Lois is. Perry's like, how many things is that? How many people does that thing seat? She goes, 5, maybe 6. And he goes, Steve, you'll come with it. Why am I on the floor?
Yeah. He's like, all right, we'll squeeze you in.
Yeah.
The Borrelia dictator, Ultraman the technician, Eve the girlfriend, Ma and Pa Kent, Jor-El, whatever his mum's name is.
Martha.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Like Kryptonian mum.
Lara.
Yeah. Who, again, Bradley Cooper was fucking Jor-El. Cool. Lara, the mum.
Lara L, yeah.
Yeah, Lara L. Then you got Maxwell Smart was even shown, which is James Gunn's brother.
Maxwell Lord.
Yeah, Maxwell Lord.
Yeah.
Then you had Kara.
Yeah.
And then you've got all of the fucking characters on the Hall of Justice wall.
Yes, which I've got a list here
That's
as well.
a lot of people who were all introduced and all given some kind of background.
The movie doesn't feel crowded.
No.
It feels right.
Not
feels
at
good.
all.
Paced very well.
Yes.
Yeah, paced fantastically.
Even the Indian street vendor.
Yeah, Mali.
When he died, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Aw. It's what James Gunn does
best.
well.
Yeah. So that's the movie.
That's the movie.
I've got a little bit of trivia if you want to hear something.
I put it peak comic book.
Yeah,
I think it is now the gold standard for what a superhero
Yeah.
movie should be.
First bit of trivia. Upon the release of the film, Corin Sweat revealed that Henry Cavill wrote him a letter of support and encouragement.
He would. He fucking would.
Absolutely. As he would. He's
He's the best.
Giving him a bit of like do a good job,
He's the best.
This
Don't trust WB would probably be in that letter.
yeah. This is the first Superman film since Superman Returns in 2006 that utilizes John Williams' main theme of Superman from 1978.
Yeah, because it had the dun, dun, like the horns.
Yeah, it's the actual one from the original Superman. James Gunn said this theme is one of the greatest film scores of all time.
Yeah, because James Gunn is from that era where he would have been a kid and watched the Christopher Reeves ones continuously in theaters.
Yes. Corin Sweat says he took inspiration for his portrayal of Clark from his brother-in-law, who is 6'8" and the most quiet, most wonderful man in spite of his towering stature. And then for Superman, he took inspiration from Reeves. But
I love that.
He's 6'8".
I really like that.
6'8".
That's a big
That's
fucking
a big
guy.
man,
That's
but
a
gentle
big
giant,
guy.
and he's taken that and he's Clark. And you can see that when he's playing
He
Clark.
does. Absolutely. He's very soft, very like...
Yeah, yes. This is relating back to what you were saying about about his height. So Superman is usually significantly taller than everyone around him. Corin Sweat is 6'4". However, Nick Holt, Lex, is 6'3". So they had to do a lot of camera tricks to
make him look smaller.
To make him look much taller than Lex.
Is Nick Holt really 6'3"?
Yeah, he's a tall motherfucker.
Wow.
So in the control room there, when Superman comes in, you can tell he's actually he's standing on the top of a ramp that Lex is standing at the bottom to make him appear up here and Lex down here.
Yeah.
Just thought that was
Yeah.
a little nice.
I can't believe Nick Holt is 6'3".
Yeah, big man. Hey,
Oh,
big man.
wow.
Big man. This is a cool one. One of the VFX artists on this movie said there was a scene that was cut from being too violent involving Crypto. So it says here, the scene was supposed to take place early on in the film while the Man of Steel was recuperating from his battle with the Hammer of Bravia.
Yep.
Originally, when Krypto was dragging Superman, they passed by several dead abominable snowmen, where Superman says, Krypto, you have to stop killing these abominable snowmen.
Oh my God.
Yeah. There's going to be dead things laying out of the eyes.
Holy shit.
Cool.
I can see why they cut that.
Yeah. So, do you want to hear the list of characters shown on the Hall of Justice mural?
Yep.
All right, so you got Madame Xanadu, Silent Knight, Exorcistos, or Black Pirate, Miss Liberty, Whip Whirlwind, Super Chief, El Diablo, Gladiator, Ghost of Flanders, Sandman the First, Amazing Man, Giovanni Zatara, which is Zatara's dad, Liberty Bell, Bullet Man, and Bullet Girl, TNT and Dan the Dynamite, Phantom Lady, Atomic Knight, Freedom Beast, Wildcat, Vibe, Gunfire, and Max Lord.
The only one I know there is Wildcat. Which just
I know
shows,
a couple of those. I know Gladiator, El Diablo.
But it just shows James Gunn has that
he's done his research.
He's done the research.
He's done the research, yeah.
He's the kind of guy that he wouldn't go and put like a fucking Green Lantern on there. He wouldn't put like Wonder Woman on there. He goes for the obscure, unknown ones.
Yeah.
That
absolutely, right. You're gonna pick those. It's been 300 years.
Yeah,
right?
he loves those nerdy fucking
In regards to the opening scroll where it says it's been 3 years or 300 years or whatever.
330, whatever.
So it takes 3 seconds after the final line of dialogue appears for Superman to hit the deck, and also it's
because it's like 3 minutes ago because it went.
But there's also a missing time in there. There's nothing that says 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Which we later find out that's how long Clark and Lois have been dating. So that is 3 months.
That is clever,
That is
man.
the 3 months. I thought that was cool.
That is really
I thought
clever.
that was really cool.
Yeah, because it goes 300 years, 30 years, 3 years, skips 3 months and goes to
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Then 3 days and 3 hours.
3 days, 3 hours, and then 3 seconds later
3 minutes
he crashes.
and then 3 seconds, yes.
That is really clever.
On the introduction message also, it states that Superman and the Justice Gang are metahumans.
Yes.
Which is completely wrong because Superman and Hawkgirl are aliens.
Yes.
Thanagarian and Kryptonian. Guy Gardner's a guy with a ring.
A human.
A sentient ring.
Yeah.
And Mr. Terrific is just a human with human tech.
Yeah.
None of them are metahumans.
None of them are metahumans.
I thought that was
true.
Right? Yeah.
Metamorph or whatever his name is, whatever they call him.
He's a metahuman.
He's a metahuman. He's the only one. That's funny.
I have a couple more little ones here. So Corin Sweat was the one to push for the Trunks to come back on the suit.
Yes.
He was saying that they made Superman look non-threatening to kids, and that's the hero he wants to be, not a powerful and scary person, but someone who inspires hope in others. I thought that was great.
I remember reading that originally before the movie come out.
Yeah.
And not like doubting Corn Sweat, but being like, fuck, can you beat Henry Cavill? And after reading that, I went, nah, this guy knows.
He's got the
this
passion
guy's
for it, right?
got it.
Will Reeve, the youngest child of
Christopher
Reeve, appears as a reporter in the movie. In real life, he's a television correspondent for ABC News. So that was cool.
Right.
that was cool. Michael Rosenbaum, Lex Luthor from he voices one of the Raptor squads.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, so he was also in Guardians of the Galaxy as
Would he
Volume
be
3 and Volume 2.
Does it say specifically which one he is? Or
I don't have it here, but I'm sure.
Probably one of the ones in the camp where they're, or maybe he's the one where he's like, when they fly down, they're like, get him.
Yeah, I was trying to pick up on it because I got this list before I watched it. I couldn't tell particularly.
You would think it would have to be the one that's like, get him. The one that's like, jump Superman.
Yeah, some sort of line.
Yeah.
So other people who auditioned for this role was Andrew Richardson. Don't know who that is. Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Really?
He auditioned.
Wow.
This guy named Pearson Fode, which he played in a couple of things. I don't know. This is what he looks like. That's him.
Nah.
Don't think he matches.
He looks like a Green Goblin.
Yeah. Jack Quaid auditioned.
Interesting.
But
then he is the voice in the, My Adventure, but he doesn't have the physique for it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So there was someone that was approached to read for the role of Superman well before casting Corin Sweat, but turned it down due to his lack of interest. Could you take one guess?
Oh, nah, just tell me.
Jacob Elordi was I get it because he's tall.
Yeah.
He's got the dark hair.
Yeah.
And he's got the sharp features on the face.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would have portrayed the duality of the character.
No.
And Ultraman.
Yeah, Corn Sweat's done it brilliantly.
All bulked up enough.
Yeah.
All right, wrapping this movie up. What do you think of it? Best movie ever.
Fucking incredible, man. As I said, I think it is the peak of superhero movies.
Yeah. Look,
It's campy.
Yep.
It's feel good.
It's homely.
Comic accurate.
It's warm.
It's not a Netflix adaptation where like they kind of try and take
Make it
inspiration
woke.
from the comic books. It's fucking a comic book movie. Yeah. Now I love it, man. And
Yeah.
I've as I previously said,
My foot's going numb.
Corn Sweat Superman would be one of my top 3 comic book superhero movie characters now.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that he loves the role so much. He brings so much heart, but he will voluntarily be putting his hand up to appear in other projects.
Yeah, absolutely.
For free. Man, I
Yeah.
just want to get my character out there as much. As we see,
which
he's
is
in
also
Supergirl.
a credit to Gunn himself because he's obviously created something where these people love, as you see in other I got a piss tune now. Like you see in other things like Peacemaker and Supergirl, all these other people that are working with him love working with him, and the vision they obviously have seen is they're committed to this.
Well, like again, half of the Guardians of the Galaxy are in this movie,
Right?
Because Michael Rooker is one of the robots.
Yes.
Pom Klemp, who's
Yes.
Mantis, is one of the things.
Yes.
Bradley Cooper is
Yes.
the father. Like
Yes, they're all in
there is
this.
countless people
Yes.
that appear in
And Sean Gunn, his brother.
continuously across all his movies. Actually,
Also, on saying that, Peacemaker season 2 comes out after this. Fillion, Isabel Merced, and Sean Gunn also reprise their roles in Peacemaker season 2. I'm sure they didn't get a big payday for that, but they love this so much.
Well, again, Nathan Fillion was in Guardians of the Galaxy
Yes,
as well.
yes.
He's in like. And even in Suicide Squad.
Yes.
We forgot to talk about Suicide Squad. Another huge cast.
Yeah.
There is so many returning actors throughout all of his movies, and that's a credit to him.
He's done great. So, look, I love this movie.
I love everything about it.
If we're going to rank it, I would say good movie.
Good movie
It's
out of
good
10.
movie or bad movie. That's all we got here. Good movie, bad. This is a good movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning into our review on Superman 2025. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate if you give us a like. If you liked it, appreciate subscribing to see more. There will be plenty more stuff coming out.
That's that.
That's it. Yeah. All right. Goodbye.
See yous.